impact brain health. We talked about methylation, neurotransmitters. Now we're going to go on and talk about the inflammatory and infectious cycles. And so we've kind of talked about this before when we were talking about breaking down the misfolded proteins and stuff. So inflammation is what is supposed to happen in the body when we have an infection, when we have trauma, pathogens, or irritants. It's the normal and right response to have. The problem is if that inflammatory pathway does not get turned off, if it does not get turned off, either because of confusion in the pathway, chronicity, or if that pathogen or irritant, that trauma doesn't go away. And so then it stays turned on trying to battle that until it runs out of steam. So this chronic inflammation leads to cognitive decline. Number one, in Dr. Bredeson's modeling. So interleukins, IL is interleukin. So you're going to see that over here. Interleukins can be either pro-inflammatory or anti-inflammatory. They are cytokines. Cytokines are secreted in the nerves to regulate immune response. Cytokines. And so what we need is a balance of pro-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory. And so we need the pro-inflammatory initially, then turn off. Then we need anti-inflammatory for rebuilding. And what we need is the pro-neurogenic lifestyle in order to make this happen. And that's what we'll be talking about going forward. The vascular system. So vascular dementia is the second most common form of dementia in the United States. But different things can impair the vascular system and its ability to provide nutrition to the brain. So if you have a low flow, low perfusion, you're going to have that hypoxia and ischemia. Remember, the body's going to respond. It's going to be like, oh, 911, get the heat shock proteins going. So the body's going to like try to get things cleaned up, but it may not be able to. So nitric oxide, the endothelial nitric oxide is supposed to create nice open blood vessels so we get good flow. But there's also a couple other varieties that can create inflammation. Another problem that people have is not with low pressure, but with high pressure. And that's when you're going to get the ruptures, the aneurysms, the strokes. The stroke increases the probability of the vascular dementia. And we know inflammation also is associated with poor blood flow, and that's associated with